Not a huge shock, Moselle, because we got rumored that they were going to sue on this deal, and the stock has been trading well below the offer price of 95 for a while now. But what's your reaction to the FTC making it official?
Well, it's not a big surprise in the sense that this FTC has decided to be pretty forward and aggressive with regard to the tech industry. And so bringing the lawsuit in and of itself is not a surprise. Whether they will prevail or not, that's going to be a different question, because it's going to depend on how they define the market and how they're going to show how consumers are going to be harmed. It's an uphill battle for them, but I'm not surprised that they decided to bring the lawsuit.
Why? Do you think it's political, or do you think that there's some serious question or cause for concern about this takeover?
Well, look, I can't second guess what someone's motives are. It's hard to tell that. All I know is whether a case would be easy or whether what will be a challenge. And I think this will be a little bit of a challenge. Don't forget out there who the rivals are. The rival is another big company, Sony, who has a competing, they have a competing platform, and they also have some of the same issues. So are we saying then that any company that has a big platform will not be able to acquire a game company? I don't know if that's the message they're trying to send, but it's one that you have to ask a question about.
Well, there's a statement from one of the director of the FTC's Bureau of Competition who says that Microsoft has already shown that it can and will withhold content from its gaming rivals. So clearly a concern, even though Microsoft says that it is committed to doing the opposite. She says today we seek to stop Microsoft from gaining control over a leading independent game studio and using it to harm competition in multiple dynamic and fast-growing gaming markets. Does that say anything about their case?
Well, all I know is that the reason I think it's a fairly aggressive position is there are probably any number of ways that they could have tried to mitigate this harm by. One, you saw earlier last week when Microsoft said it would essentially license other consoles to have Call of Duty. And there are any numbers of different ways they could have handled it. Decided the fact that they didn't want to go that route and go forward with just a lawsuit says something about where the statement that they want to make.
Well, but also it looks like in the complaint they're pointing to the 2021 acquisition that Microsoft made of ZeniMax, which I guess is another software gaming maker, and Starfield and Redfall were the games. They made it exclusive to their platforms. So I guess they're questioning the assurances that Microsoft is making here.
You know, one of the things you wonder about, though, is does that mean that any company who buys a gaming platform and they want to make it something exclusive for them, then they would be precluded from doing that? I mean, you have to look at what happens in the rest of the industry as well, including what happens with Sony or anyone else. And there are exclusive titles to them, too. So are we saying that any big company can't do that? Those are some of the questions I'm sure any court's going to ask.
Should we not be saying that?
Well, I think it depends. Depends on whether the consumer is actually harmed or not, or whether they're going to get benefit from from being on a platform and getting the latest in a particular game. Don't forget that a lot of these games are pretty exclusive in how they sell, so that to the extent that companies want to offer some special incentives, they can. Look, I think that these are some things that you have to look at. But what I'm saying to you is that in order to prevail, it's going to be an uphill battle.